Last season, it's the first time a road team had ever won, and that was Fenerbahce broke Monaco hearts. That hurts more than a regular season loss, that's for sure.
79-80 in overtime, and as Martin has alluded to, made history, did Fenerbahce Beko Istanbul, by becoming the first ever team to win a Game 5 on the road. There a look at the roster for the icon, that is Vasilis Spanoulis, in his first head coaching position in the Turkish Airlines EuroLeague, as we take a look at their key players, led by none other than Mike James, as we take a look at his numbers from last
rated MVP of the league, and this is the player that you're looking at, the all-time leading scorer, and he's like Hayes Davis. His resume speaks for him. You don't have to, debate anything about Mike James. He has settled under his head coach, Vasilis Spanoulis. The change in style, that can't be said for everybody. Crucial player as well, Alpha Diallo. His season numbers, the importance of him are not just written in the offensive side of things. He's their best on-the-ball defender, and he's going to have his hands full with the likes of Guduric and also Wade Baldwin the fourth.
Alpha Diallo playing in his 150th EuroLeague game tonight. We take a look at the marquee matchup. It comes in the backcourt, two explosive scorers, possessed with plenty of speed and shot-making ability from all over the floor.
And what's important about Okobo and Baldwin the fourth, Ron, is when these guys play well, their teams tend to win. When these teams met back in round 15, the blowout for Monaco, Hayes Davis had 28 points and they still got smoked. If Okobo plays well, Monaco will have more chance of success because we know Mike James is there. Same thing with Wade Baldwin. If he stays out of foul trouble and doesn't get out arguing the referees, given the production of the likes of Hayes Davis, it's good things are going to happen.
So Monaco, the highest scoring team. Fenerbahce shoot the basketball more effectively from downtown. They're the third best free throw shooting team in the league in case things get hot. And AS Monaco do such an outstanding job of taking care of the basketball, committing just 10.8 turnovers per game, second fewest in the league.
Yeah, but also excellent rim protection they've got in terms of one of the better shot blocking teams in the league. Fener likes to get to the basket. And just again, to that point about which team's got the balance, Fener 8-2 in their last 10 games, 6-4, Monaco 4-6, but between the fourth place and the 14th place in the standings, no team is better than 500. They're all the same.
So there a look at the all-time head-to-head coaching record between these EuroLeague icons. What a matchup it promises to be in terms of battle of whips on the sideline. So Fenerbahce making their way out onto the floor here at the Salle Gaston Médecin. So many players capable of filling it up from the perimeter. No Ken Birch for coach Runas Jasakavicius tonight, who hasn't travelled with the team. Again, in a race is so incredibly congested in the battle for home court advantage and a top four finish. The results can have a significant bearing on the standings once the game is over. So now the highlight reel up on the Jumbotron, high above the center court here at the Salle Gaston Médecin. As the anticipation continues to build ahead of the opening tip of this round 30 fixture. AS Monaco desperate to get back to winning ways and maintain their contention for a top four finish and thereby secure home court advantage.
Yeah, and I think more motivation for Monaco is the way they lost the last game away to Maccabi. They were leading by 6 points with a minute and a half left and managed to push Lewis in. We couldn't get one defensive stop at the end of the game. So we've got to stand up and show our personality. No better way to do that than against one of the best and most consistent teams in the league this season. And just one point about the roster. You mentioned that Ken Birch stayed at home. Coach Spanoulis has made it clear, if anything, he's trying to go more agile with his big men. So with Daniel Tice in the lineup, and we've already mentioned Map Jaite, but then you've got the likes of Papianis, who the coach's decision not playing. That's a big call for Monaco.
So Elie Okobo out onto the floor. that 30-point victory, Coach Fernandes was lauding the defensive effort that the home team produced. They said that when the game was, the result was a foregone conclusion, he still had players sprinting back, he still had Mike James hitting the deck to knock the ball away and prevent a basket for Fenerbahce, even though the result was very much in the book. So looking for that type of intensity, that type of focus and consistency tonight. How many times did Coach Fernandes use the word consistency in his pre-game interview? Monaco know the type of basketball that they want to play, but again, can they execute that type of philosophy on a consistent basis?
Well, the thing is, right, the margin between victory and defeat is very fine at this level. As I said, there is such a bun fight to get into the top 10. Now, for Fenerbahce, they've already should have been in the top 10. They're trying to get that top 6 cue in the standings. Monaco, they are probably one of the best 4 teams in the league under the balance over the season, but it's not reflected in the one-loss standing. That's the whole reason why you hear Coach Yaskevicius saying that this is a cup final for Monaco. 5 games left in the regular season. Every game has got more pressure on it than the last.
To your point, Martin, about just how tight things are in this race for the postseason, as 2 all-time greats sharing a warm embrace of respect at half-court.
Don't forget, they played together. They won a championship together. You think Saras is upset that now that Spanoulis got the MVP when they won the championship in 2009? This is my point about revenge. It only lasts for so long. Eventually you don't care. Just win tonight.
So there's a look at the starting 5. It's McCollum and Goodrich in the backcourt. Bonzi, Colson, Nigel Hayes-Davis and Sertac Chandler, the 3-man front line. But again, to your point, Martin, as to how tight things are, last week in round 29 was the 11th 2-score result that AS Monaco have been involved in. And they're 5 and 6 in those games, just below 500, as we see the starting lineup for the home team.
Yeah, and you look at that roster, it's to be expected. Daniel Tice with the game-time decision. That was a big acquisition for them in the national team break. You know, he's playing at the 5 position. He makes him a lot more athletic. Has started every game he's been here. This will be his 4th. Had an awful fall in that defeat to Maccabi. He's been out with a back injury. So hopefully he can perform to his best. And I think we'll end up with an outstanding game tonight.
So Mr. Carlos Peruga, the crew chief of the officials, taking charge of this one tonight. And again, as the edge ever closer towards the postseason, how much physicality will be permitted as the intensity continues to be dialed up as the teams battle for a top 4 finish. Home court advantage in the Turkish Airlines EuroLeague. So all calm for the all-time leader in terms of points scored in the Turkish Airlines EuroLeague, and what a list that is. His coach not too far behind him in 3rd place, and under the Colo, Sergio Ewing still getting it done for their respective teams.
Yeah, but the thing about James, of course, look at the games he's played. He's done it in a lot less games than anybody else. That's the whole point about it. So he's a class scorer. Right now, do you think he's walking on that court thinking I'm the all-time leading scorer? No, he's not. He's thinking about what am I going to do. It's the same way that Nigel Hayes-Davis is thinking, I wonder if I'm going to have any teammates tonight. Because he had 28 points in that last